Coming up this Sunday on pay-per-view, it's WWE Unforgiven. And joining us right now to talk about the pay-per-view and everything going on in World Wrestling Entertainment is superstar Billy Gunn. Billy, how are you doing this morning?
Good. What's going on, guys? How are you?
Not too bad. They're keeping you busy in that company right now. Everybody was curious what was going to happen with the tag team, and big things are on the horizon for you and Chuck with the tag team now, right?
Yeah, I'm glad. I was kind of wondering what direction we were going to go there for a while, but yeah, I mean, it's just like, you never know from one TV show to the next when things are going to kick up.
You seem to be the guy that just goes out and comes back into the forefront more times than probably anybody in the company. I mean, when the Smoking Guns, you were tag team champions, and then with the Road Dogg and DX in the forefront, and you kind of take a back seat for a while, but now jumping right back up in the forefront for this pay-per-view. One of the main attractions. How does it feel to be back up front again?
Oh, I love it. You have to love it. You have to be, love to be where you're at. And when you're on the back burner, you kind of start feeling a little bad and feeling down and stuff. But once you get in that mainstream again, everything starts clicking. I mean, you feel like you're about 20 years old again. Which, of course, we all know I'm not, but at least I feel like, no, it's fun to be back up there because, the more people are interested in what you're doing instead of just going, oh, it's just Billy again. But it's fun to be back in mainstream. I love it. It's good.
I don't know how many people actually realize this, but of regular performers in the ring, I believe that you and The Undertaker have been there the longest, right? You've been there for like 10 years now?
Yeah. I think Taker's been here a year and a half longer than I have.
It's amazing to survive in a company that long these days, isn't it?
Exactly. You just watch them come and go. I mean, everybody. I've seen them come and go and come back and go again. But I just do my job and have fun at it, and hopefully people enjoy watching what I do, and then that's it.
How was it on Monday doing the big run-in onto Raw and getting to make that big presence, the big appearance? Was it great?
Yeah, that's great. I mean, just doing the. When you do stuff out of the norm that people, you don't really know if people, you kind of think in the back of your mind, do people know we're actually going to do this or not because of what they did to us on SmackDown? But then all of a sudden you get such a reaction that you go, you know what, they had no idea. They had no idea. And it's fun to when people are trying to predict what's happened on our show, because a lot of people, I mean, let's face it, a lot of people try to predict what's going to happen and what's going to go on. And when you can swerve them like that, it's great because they get into it so much more. And they just blew the roof off the joint with me and Chuck in that ring.
So what kind of talk were people giving you? Because you're doing the angle with Billy and Chuck. It's building up. The commitment ceremony is about to happen. What were people around you saying that you know either personally or professionally about that angle?
First of all, they said that, me and Chuck are the only ones that they know that can pull that off. Although, we know everything that you see on TV is not real, obviously, and we were playing it was supposed to be just two characters that were extremely sure of themselves. Then all of a sudden it went into a commitment ceremony to where we were playing two gay guys on TV.
Yeah.
So, I was even wondering myself what I did. But, I mean, you just got to be sure of yourself and know that it's what's more challenging for you. I mean, just to play somebody that you know you can play or to play somebody that to try to get somebody over that you wouldn't out of the norm do.
Now, the big question I have is, I saw you do an interview last week on the Today Show, and the people from GLAAD gave you a gravy boat. What are you going to do with that thing now?
I don't know. I guess I'll save it until Thanksgiving. I was hoping that maybe somewhere along the line somebody would have sent me like a turkey plate to go along with it, and I'd had a sit.
Right, yeah. Hey, so how did you feel the wedding went off? Because personally, as a fan watching, I think it was one of the best things I've seen in wrestling in quite a long time.
You know what? I thought that came off perfect. I didn't think it was, I didn't think it was overboard. I didn't think it was underboard. I didn't think it was, done untastefully. It was a good part of the show. I mean, I thought it was all worked out good. I mean, I actually thought, it took you on like a roller coaster ride through the whole thing. That, oh my God, they really are fixing to get committed. But it was. I thought it came off good. I saw it a couple times on TV, and I thought it came off great.
What's it been like to work with Chuck Palumbo so far? Because you're the guy that came over from WCW that wasn't very experienced, and he comes in and he tag teams with you, a veteran in the business. What's that team been like so far?
Oh, it's been good. I mean, Chuck's been great. I mean, he's been, he listens good. He doesn't, run his mouth and say, we should do that thing. He lets me pretty much call everything that we do, and then he inputs some stuff into it. So, which makes it good because he's just, wasn't that experienced. He's, green as grass. But I mean, and it was good because he would listen, and then he would learn more and more and more and more. I mean, mind you, I've had nights where I've been screaming at him, but you just learn from that. But he was good, and so I'm proud to tag with him.
Yeah, you've been in the company for so long. You've had so many different tag team partners. Do you keep in track? I mean, like Bart Gunn, who was your partner, he was your partner all the way back when you were wrestling here in Orlando for the company. I guess it was IWF or something. And then Road Dogg. Do you keep in contact with all the guys you teamed with before? Because it's kind of a special bond you got to have with a tag partner, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Jesse Road Dogg was my highest success I've ever had here, and being with D-Generation X. And unfortunately, I don't talk to him anymore because I don't, lose track of him. But Bart, I talk to him at least once a week. I talk to him all the time. And I don't know. Once they leave this company, I don't know. I guess they figure that, I don't want to have anything to do with them anymore, which is wrong.
So what do you do to keep yourself focused? Because like you said, sometimes you're on the front burner with the company. You're in one of the biggest angles on the show. Other times you're still a part of the show, but maybe a little bit lower. Or sometimes you're on some of the secondary shows like Velocity. What do you do to keep yourself focused?
It's just to know that what kind of talent I bring to the show. I mean, of course, if I wasn't doing anything, if I wasn't doing even our Velocity show, at least I'm doing something. And to know that no matter what I do, once I get out in front of people, I can do whatever I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have no control until I come back and start screaming. I mean, not that I do anything bad. It's just that, even with the DX and all that stuff, we used to get a little crazy. Sometimes I feel myself getting in, like if the people are really good and live and loud and stuff, I'll kind of find myself getting a little out of control. But, I still get to get out in front of people. And I try to come up with new, different things to do and stuff, and that's what keeps me, going.
And years past, we've seen guys that have been with a company for a certain amount of time, and whatever company it was like, well, I think we've done all we can with you. You've been here so long. But yourself, I think you're a special case because you've been reinvented so many times. I mean, from Billy Gunn the Cowboy to Badass Billy Gunn to the Ass Man Billy Gunn to Billy and Chuck Billy, and now what you are now. Has it been hard to reinvent yourself? Because it seems hard for a lot of guys that don't really seem to want to go away from what's worked so well for them.
Yeah, they want to drop right back to what brought them to the dance in the first place, But I think it's fun. To me, it's more of a challenge to try to get a different character over. If you leave that character that brought, they got you fame and fortune or whatever, and you drop that and try something else, and that doesn't work, and you try to go back to that, it's always, it never seems to be the same. That's why, a lot of people say, bring DX back. But why? Because it's not going to, it'll be fun for a little while, but it will never be the same as it was the first time that you did it. So why bring something back? So I find it fun, and that's what keeps me going is just doing new characters and trying to portray that character over on TV.
Now, of course, this Sunday on pay-per-view, it's the Unforgiven pay-per-view. Now, you and Chuck are going to be taking on Jamal and Rosie. Now, we as fans, we don't think there's a no-lose situation for us because Eric Bischoff, he's kissing Stephanie's butt. If that happens, if you guys win, and then of course if you guys lose, then little HLA for the fans out there.
Right.
Yeah. Is there any loser in this contest? Even if you lose the match, do you really lose still? I mean, I know you've been there for 10 years, and she's Vince's daughter, so what? She was probably 13 when you started there, but man.
I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be disappointed if we see some HLA in the pay-per-view.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to have to do whatever I need to do, and hopefully, I think for my sake, I'm going to have to go with seeing Eric kissing Stephanie's behind.
Right.
Only because that's SmackDown, of course, that's my show.
But Billy, you wouldn't mind seeing Stephanie, with.
If Chuck got pinned for some unknown reason,
Okay. Chuck is pinned, maybe. Okay.
That would be great. But Unforgiven is coming up this Sunday on pay-per-view. Billy Gunn has been our guest. He'll be on that pay-per-view. Billy, thanks again for coming on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it, guys.